Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. I am ill, and therefore I'm going to make a video about something that annoys me, because it will be therapeutic and also hopefully get something changed in the game, which is a bit ridiculous. Today, we are talking about Ardennes, specifically this version of Domination. It comes in a winter version and it comes in a summer version. The reason why we're talking about this is because this map is fundamentally broken. And I'll just turn down the sound so it's just a little bit easier to hear me. So why is this map fundamentally broken? Well, the first thing is basically from the spawn, like over here, using this hill, or even this hill, or this hill, if you are in a vehicle which has pretty decent thermals, you can straight up see to the enemy spawn. And you can do this straight away, and you can shoot people through all of these trees, and there's nothing that they can do about it, and it's really, really annoying. It's something you've probably seen happen to you quite a lot, and it is one of those which is just a pain. Now, in the winter version, this is a lot more egregious because there is a lot less trees, but as you can see, this vehicle right there, look where I just shot that guy. He's right here, right? And this is, of course, a fundamental problem with the map. You can straight up from one spawn, aka this spawn, see the enemy spawn and just shoot everything that is involved. And there is nothing the enemy can do about it. That guy just spawned right there. Did you see him? He's right there. And you can just go through and hammer. So all these guys have just spawned out of their spawn. And I have moved 2 centimeters and I am able to shoot them. Look where I killed that guy. You can see the problem, right? Now, this is something that obviously, yes, I have high tier thermals. Yes, all of this stuff, yada, yada, yada. You can do this without thermals if you do it properly, right? So that's the first problem with this map, that you can straight up just spawn camp from here. And also this side, guess what? It has access to a hill. So you can just sit behind the hill, fire over, and then go back, fire over, and just keep doing it. And you can even use your sights to be able to spot people and do this. And there is nothing that they can do about it. As I said, there you go. There's another one just spawned in. So, right, that's the first problem, okay? It's a really bad problem. And all of these problems, by the way, have been caused by the fact that they updated and changed this map. All of these are post-map change problems. So whoever decided to update this map obviously didn't think about these things. Right, next problem. Once again, from this side, you have no competition to be able to get to the Charlie point. So what this means is from here to here, it's incredibly easy to do. The reason for this is because you know that position I talked about before, which is basically this one or like the one here. This position overlooks this whole area here. And because this area here is elevated, it means that you will get shot from once again the enemy spawn. So this side cannot pressure this area at all. It's also completely open, and the this side gets to here before this side gets to here because of the cross shot that happens. So you get complete control over Charlie that you want. There's nothing the enemy can do. They just can't do anything to you in this point. Okay? They also cut off this area back here, which there used to be a house at, and also some other cover, and you could counterattack Charlie, because this team always got to this position first, and then you could go from there, right? But you can't do that anymore, because they made the map smaller. So this whole area, you can't do anything with. So you can't counter anything at Charlie from this side. Now, next problem because of this. So you can see that lip there, right? And then you see this area. So this area is completely covered from the enemy spawn and also from this area. You just have to check these houses and then you're good to go. And because nobody is coming up here, because they get cross shot from over here, because they can't actually go over here because they're seen as they spawn, right? You are having people basically do this. Either sit here, cross shoot, or shoot here, and then other people go whoop, and then do this. Because for some unknown godforsaken reason, whoever once again decided to redesign this map, put a lip here, so you can straight up go behind the enemy spawn and they don't see you. But if the enemy wants to counter this, you are seen by the other spawn. So let's see how close I can get to the enemy spawn. Because of course, that's quite important, right? Because you can spawn camp from this position. That over there is literally the enemy spawn. You can see the guy spawning. Hey, look, I'm not marked on the map at all. And I can see everybody who is sat over here. Isn't this crazy? Right? How amazing, right? And those guys haven't even really moved. You can see this guy here. That's literally where somebody spawns, right? And there is a little lip that is covering them, and that's it. I'm still not spotted on the map. This guy has just spawned. Look, he has spawned. I am not spotted on the map here. So what people are doing is they're sitting behind that house, they're sitting up there, and guess what? They're killing people. I'm just now detected by the spawn. Okay? I'm like 20 meters away from this guy, and he's just spawned. In order to not be detected by the spawn, I can be here. And this is not even the best position to be in. You want to be behind this, or you want to be over here, which is behind forest cover. And when you spawn, you are getting shot from over here, which this position that we talked about, and also you are getting shot from behind. So what you will find on this map is if people are on this side, they just don't second spawn at all, because you just get annihilated. You can't do anything. You just die. There's nothing you can do. All right? So that is horrific. Look, straight up, you can just use this little lip here, and you can just sit behind, or you can use that house, or you can use this. It is disgusting, and you cannot counter this. You cannot, because of how the map is set up. Okay, so that's one of the problems, right? That whole thing I just talked about, all right? Now, the next problem with this map, okay? So let's just get in the Puma and wander about. So Bravo is usually a decent area to contest at the start, mainly because this side cannot push this area, so you have to go here or you have to go here, right? Now, with the way that Bravo works, generally it's a little bit of a small house fight, and then around it you have some little areas where, you know, people can sit, right? The only area that this team, the purple team or pink team, has access to, which is a good area to go to, is this position right here, right? So everything is funneled through this point because you have some rolling hills that you can see here. You can cover the entrance into Bravo, you can cover the guys at Charlie, and you can maybe push into Alpha, right? You don't have any other options to really play this, right? So the position that you have is this one, right? Right here. You use this little hill, you use this little hill, and then what you can do is you can try and hold the positions. Yeah? So that means that you have to either go through Alpha or go through Bravo to get here. Now, Alpha is really the only place that you can go through to do this. So this position is quite nice to counter. You know what it doesn't do? It doesn't stop the guys who are pushing over there. It doesn't stop the guys who are able to go low over here. And also, it can't spot anybody that goes this way either. So basically, you are just covering the center zone, and that's about it, right? Now, because of this, if you go over here, and you're the green team once again, you can once again spawn camp from this position. Like, there are many houses, and there are many areas where you can just look directly into the enemy spawn. Right? It's right there. And you can do it on that house line, you can do it on this house line, and you can do it on this house line over here. Right? You can do it on all of these different things. So we'll have a look at it again. I've put the bots on just so I can show you the positioning and show you like where people turn up, right? So you can use this, you can use this, you can use this, or you can even use this to spawn camp. and it takes you 2 seconds to get there. So, as this team on this side, you have complete control over this area without having to go anywhere near it. You have complete control of the enemy spawn, and you also have complete control of Alpha or Bravo. There is no area where the pink team can actually win. If, of course, the green team is playing correctly. Now, that's not always what happens, right? People screw up, people don't play properly, everything kind of falls apart. But it's the fact that if you just do the standard stuff, if you win your simple battles in this, and if you push forward with this, there is nothing the enemy team can do. And that's not even talking about this area over here. If you didn't know, there's also another area over here where you can look into the spawn. And once again, these are all host changes. So these are all changes that were made to the map for some reason to try and make it better. But they have fundamentally made it worse, which is why for me, this map is a banned map. I'm not touching it right now. It's absolutely terrible. I would rather Pradesh, because at least other people have Pradesh banned, so I don't ever see it. But when it comes to this map, I saw it all the time, and it was just awful. So from this position, you can see there's quite a lot of cover with the houses and stuff in the way. But if you keep pushing forward, which of course people do because they, you know, either play aggressively and get to positions, or what ends up happening is they can't get pressured from anything over here, then you're able to push around this whole area. And there are sight lines, by the way, which do look at the spawn from here, which is just kind of crazy. And you can just keep going. You can just go and go and go and get to a position where once again, you are in cover and you are just overlooking the enemy spawn. And it's just wild, right? So once again, look at this, okay? So we can see the guys who've just spawned, and we can just shoot them all in the face. You can see where they are on the map because of where, you know, it's set up. You can actually see them over here as well. These are the guys who have just spawned in their spawn, and we haven't exactly, like, gone far, right? Like, you can see where that guy is. He's right next to his spawn. Now, if you want, you can even push further in. You can go in and you can hammer, right? You can see these guys here. These are all guys just sat around the place, just outside of their spawn. And that's where they are. And they will just keep spawning. And you can use this whole area just to be able to cover them. And that's because, for some reason, this spawn is just on a hill instead of in a defilade. So it can be shot from anywhere else on the map. Now, I don't know. Right. There are some times when it comes to War Thunder, I would love for whoever made the map changes just to sit down and explain their reasoning, right? Instead of somebody who is paid to basically be a community liaison. I want to hear from the people who redesigned this why they did it this way. Because I just don't understand. I do not understand why this map is like this. It makes no sense to me. It is confusing, and I just don't get it. Now, maybe some people can, like, explain it to me, right? Maybe that can be done. But right now, there doesn't seem to be any explanation on what has happened here and why it's happened. Because it's just insane. So this team has full control over the map. So if you lose as this team, I don't even know what to say. Like, that just means that, as I said, your guys just got beaten up by somebody who's in a much inferior position, and it happens to the best of us, right? Like, you can see here, you know, tearing up all these guys. It's not exactly fair, but you get the idea. Yeah? And even up here, you can sit here and then once again look at the enemy spawn if you really want to. But you don't even have to be that close. You know, you can stay back. So I'm hoping that in the future, when it comes to this stuff, they can fix this. Or at least they can change it somehow. Because it is absolutely horrific. You know? It's just bad. So please, for the love of God, have a look at this map. get it removed, and let's get it fixed. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. I'd just like to thank GMG Smiley, CD Beans, Chieftain Mike, EMN3 Galaxy, Tulio Pontecorvo, Brendan Quinn, Carrion Crow, Gus Irenicus, Pyman, Wartinder, Teddy, Daniel Stanton, Martinez, B. Young, Ozzy Panzer, Alan Hacker, Liam Shear, Opium Prime, Lafouche, Sem, Aslan, Uncle Bean, and Derek R. for supporting the channel.